Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stories that Transforms Career. And as usual, I used to come with different domains, different level of expertise, and the whole purpose here for this talk show is to give you all mainly focusing on graduates or after graduation, what are the challenges related to career we all are facing. And while interacting with all the graduates, what I came across different questions and a different situation. And one of the common patterns are graduates are thinking the challenge what they are facing is only for them. They are only the person professional they are facing, but that is not true. And to discuss the same pattern, same related thing, I'm coming with special guest today, and that is Sujata Shetty. Welcome, Sujata, to our talk show. And let me give very brief about Sujata. She is having she managed today different role, maybe personally, professionally, and we are going to get into detail of those role, how she handled, okay, how right now she is handling with that. So let's hear from Sujata. Sujata, just give us rather a little bit brief introduction about you, what you are doing, and then we will go forward.
First of all, Upendra ji, thank you so much for inviting me and having me here on your talk show. It's my pleasure to be here. I am right now in my life what I am like adding value into the woman's life. I am woman's career uplifter. Like I help women who are those women who are not able to get back on their career and manage their tasks, both their personal as well as the career, how they can have their upgrade with their career life, as well as if they want to have their own things, whatever is their interest. That is where I help them. I want every woman to be independent and be confident, so she be a role model for her family as well as for the entire nation.
That's great. So definitely we will discuss a little bit more detail on this, whatever you are doing, great job for
Yeah.
our society. Now coming to back to the main point, and the point starts while doing graduation and getting into your very first job. Okay. Can you please share what was your situation? Maybe you can just give some background about your that childhood and how you come and the first job while getting what you have done, what whether it was very easy to get it into or you have faced some challenges. That is the main point my audience would like to hear from you.
Yeah, certainly, yes. It was not an easy work, right? Like, and also it's not easy for everyone. Still, the challenges are there, right? Challenges are always good in life, right? That is what helps us in striving to get into the next level, right? That is required. To if I have to share, like I come from a very remote place, from a village. I came to Bombay. I did my graduation there in Mumbai. I struggle to communicate in English language because I did my education when I was in my hometown in my regional language. So that is where I struggled to communicate in English as well. So my first job was not a big company, but still to get into there, going to Mumbai and having those total different environment, right? It's a city of dreams.
So, which
So
I'll stop you here, Sujata. So, can you please regional language? Which language you speak at your home? Then you said different. Okay,
Kannada is my regional language. So I
okay.
studied in my regional language.
Mhm.
So when I completed my graduation in Mumbai, right? So for me, it was not only like a normal student. For me, I was struggling with my language as well to communicate, and I did lot of maska, you can say, to my cousins, my friends, and people whomever I knew to get into the job, because for me no one was there to guide me at that point of time, which I like see that lot of such young generation, they don't have proper guidance. They either rely on their parents. Parents, I'm not saying that shouldn't rely, because there is a different kind of life they have lived, right? And the era where we are now, it's totally different. A lot of things have changed, so they look into the suggestions from their own people, society, surroundings. So that is where they are not getting the proper guidance as well. But it is very important to have a, I also struggled in between, initially. For me, after having the graduation, I just wanted to have a job. I was not aware, what kind of job description, what are the things, which department, where I should get in. I didn't have any clue at all initially, right? What I used to do is updating my CV in the job portals to come on the top level every time, to be on top, right? That is how the algorithm also works, right, in the job portals. So I used to just keep editing the new things there, instead of learning new things, updating my skills, and putting those things in my CV. I used to tweak the things inside the CV, assuming that some company will pick me up, or through references I will get the job. But after I connected with a lot of people, right, even when interacting with the interviewers, when going to the jobs, to the companies, looking at the job description, that is when I thought, no, myself, I have learned from people as well. So that is when I learned it is very important to upgrade, keep upgrading our skills at each point of your life, wherever you are, right? So we have to keep looking for those refinement in our skills.
Okay, Sujata, so when means the day or month you started searching for your very first job for your future career and getting into the job? What was the duration? Means a week, a month, a year? What was that?
It's, I think you can say, almost 6 months.
6 months.
Almost
Okay.
6 months, yeah.
So what was your mindset? So you were trying. 6 months is not small time, right? Means you did
Yeah.
graduation, you need job very urgently. So what all of the negative thought or whatever thought were coming and how you overcome and then hit the target? Target means the first job you ever, the dream job or whatever job is. At least to first job is always having different the value or uh, different level of you can say joy, right?
Yeah.
So what was that situation? That 6 month. Can you please just share with
Like,
us?
Upendra, to be honest, I always wanted to do, get into software engineering. So that is what I wanted to be. Like, due to circumstances, I didn't have proper guidances, as I told earlier also. That is where, I was looking for the jobs. Though I didn't have some clarity, I was looking for something where I can get into the technology fields. Though I was getting, here and there some things, I was not very keen to get in there. Though I didn't have any focus, but still something, interest sort of things I had in mind. So that is the reason, it took me some time to get into a proper kind of job. Though after 6 months I did not get into the IT industry. That's a totally different story. But I did take up my first job after 6 months after having my graduation. The proper job, you can say.
So what was that domain where you started your first job?
That was into the manpower solutions, as well as the chartered accountancy firm.
Okay. So here this 6 month, what exactly message you would like to give to the mainly graduates who are right now at your situation means what you shared long back you were there. So what message you'd like to give to them if you can just.
Like 24 hours में, if you to say in Hindi, right, 24 hours में अंधेरा होता है, रात को उजाला भी होता है, right?
Mhm.
So you have to be patient, and you need to figure out what are the gaps, right? When you're going for the interviews, or looking at the job descriptions with the companies, you know, to see where I am lacking, what are the things I need to upgrade in myself first, what are the things I need to learn, in terms of the cracking the interviews, looking at the market trend, what are the things happening now, right? What are the new technologies, right? How I can apply with the companies, how to network. It's like, network is your net worth. It depends what kind of people you are connecting with, right? You have to see a lot of things are involved there.
Okay.
No, but only
Great.
thing, don't lose the hope. If you lose
Mhm.
the hope, then game is over, right?
Okay.
You have learned a lot of things. We need to have that, patience.
Mhm. Okay. Now you got your first job, definitely not up to the mark what you were expected
Yeah.
long at that time. Now, after that, next whenever 4 year, 5 year, second means maybe 6, 7 year. What exactly? How was the life basically? And after definitely as a woman, what challenge you faced? Maybe starting after marriage and then after having the kids. Can you please say that part? Again, reason a lot of professionals, women professionals, are about to face this challenge or facing already this challenge. So, what is your experience on that, and what you will give advice to them? So, first, your own experience. How was the life, and what challenges first? Then we'll talk about solution.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, to talk about it, when I talk about my life story, right? Now, when I look back, like, I get that huge smile you can see on my face, right? That is how the challenges has been, right? So every point of our life, there would be some of the other challenges happening, right? So when we see back all our old challenges, that is where I'm able to, that smile is coming on my face. Yes, after my graduation, I did get the job. It's not that, like, I have not learned. I've learned lot of things from my first company, which helped me to, in my when I got into the corporate banking sector. That is where it helped me a lot as well, because that is my first job. So I worked with, sincerely, very hardworking. I have learned lot of things from them. Even when I got into the second job, when I got into the corporate world, right? I have seen the leaders there, learned a lot from these leaders, not only from the career point of view, like, the personality things, how you speak, how you present the things, how you take care of the teams, how you manage the people, how you work on projects, right? How you connect with your peers, with your higher authorities, the, people who are below you, your team members. Lot of things I have learned from a corporate industry, right? That is where the when it comes to career, right, we need to, think the entire thing involved along with that, the stakeholders, people, everything comes there, right? So yes, for me, in my second job, after I got into the corporate company, when I got married, I came to another city. Okay, so it's a new city, new profile, new department, new people, and new marriage. Right. So that entirely it was like new
So,
thing
which
for
place
me.
to which place you moved? Mumbai to
So
where?
Mumbai to Goa, because my
Okay.
husband was working here, so I came here.
Okay.
So after that, yeah, because I had to change my department as well. So, but I did a lot of good things here. So that is where, upgraded my level to a fairly a good position, into a leadership position, right? So, but things didn't stop there, right? After I think 4 5 years, I got conceived, and that is where, due to some complications, I had to be on bed rest completely, right? So that is when, after having the bed rest, when I came back, I took a career break of almost 1 year and, I think 3 4 months, right? So obviously the company will not wait for that position, right? So that is where I had to move to some other division. Either I had to move out of that city to get into a higher level, some other regions, which I was not ready, because my baby was small at that point of time. So I had to give, being a mother, like, that was a beautiful experience for me. So every woman would be able to relate with that. So that time is required for, for a woman to give that specific time for her kid, right? Mother is required at that point of time. So that is when I did not decide to get out of this city. So what I did is, rather, I took up the, the whatever positions was available there. So within a year's time, I have, upgraded, built a team there, the entire one, entire, for this reason, entirely we have built a department within a year's time, right? So like, balancing for a working mother, it's a myth always. It's not possible. We can't either take care of your families and this together, right? What, instead of balancing, what we can do is we can manage the tasks, that is possible, right? With that, things can be achieved. So that is where, when this COVID hit, right? So I was away from my son, like, I was going to office. My son was not with me, like, I was sending him to daycare, and people were there to take care of him at home as well, certain point of time. So when the COVID hit, right, we say, right, it's like, uh, it when I was looking at my son, right, like, I have a son, he's 5.5 years now. Like, when I started, during my career, a lot of struggles I had, okay, right. Then now, like, when COVID hit, that is when I was able to see his activities, like when we were working as parents, like, how he was also looking at us, learning the things from us, like, certain habits and certain learnings, if we can, looking at the, we say, right, kids, we don't teach them, they see us and learn,
True.
right? If you want our kids to be in a particular way, right, want to grow in it, we have to be that first, so that they look at us and learn that way, right? So that is where we have seen those, observed those things. That is where I felt like, this is the time for me to rethink about my career. Like, whole day I'm working there, and I'm not able to focus at my, son's school and all those things. That is where I took a gap, I upgraded my skills, right? So I found a mentor. Having a mentor is very important in life. That is where, I repented at that point of time. Like, okay, why didn't I come into this part of my life? Why this didn't come to me earlier, right?
Mhm.
So that is where I found a mentor. So that is why I got to know the, real life purpose. That is where I have chosen, because I have struggled during that phase of my life. That is where I'm helping a similar set of women now.
Okay, so
That is
here
about, yeah.
Sujata, yeah, so here Sujata, while just you said that different level of challenges, like you conceived, then you just took some break, 1 year, 4 months, 5 months, and after that again you went to different department and you cope up. So it's definitely it's not easy. Definitely, you said the challenges were there. Again, message from you, you face those challenges and the same challenge tons of women throughout our society are facing. So, any few steps or few process or whatever advice you would like to give to them, that what they should be thinking, which way they should be thinking, what action they should be taking to just avoid those kind of much more complications, so it will be a little bit smooth transition in each phase as per your own experience.
This you're talking about those graduates who would like to, or overall,
No,
Upin?
not only graduates,
Yeah.
whoever, just suppose women got married,
Mm-hmm.
conceived, and after a gap of 1 year, 2 years, so 1.5 year kind of, what the same thing what you have faced. A lot of women are facing same challenge right now, or going to
Absolutely.
be facing this in recent month or so. What message you'd like to give to them? Which way to handle the situation so that they can just be a little bit less panic or should not be just worried about that thing as per your own experience.
Yeah, it's a huge concern for the society as a whole, Upen, right? This topic, what we are discussing now, not only in India, because we are from this country, across the globe, these challenges are there. Like, when a woman is being educated, that is when the progress happens, right? The people around her, she takes care of entire thing. By stopping her own career, she's not only, stopping her own things in her own growth, but she is impacting her surroundings, people involved in her life, in terms of the, contribution to the country's GDP, gender gaps, in the roles, leadership roles, you can say, or in the companies as well, right? So it is evolved everywhere entirely, right? So to there are a lot of things, yeah, because I also come across when these women talk to me, right, when they come to me, so that is a lot of things. It's not only about the career part. There are personal, different things they have to, struggle with, in terms of their mindset when they go for this career break, right? Initially, yes, that period is required, being a mother, for taking care of your kid. But after a certain point of time, right, these things starts developing in themselves, like those emotions, the cocktail of emotions, you can say. I always call it as cocktail of emotions, in terms of your the emotionally, physically, mentally, you start developing those doubts, because you have gone on break. You thinking about, constantly thinking about how to come back on your career, right? You don't connect with your peers or your earlier colleagues, because you have a doubt whether they are at par with me or not, because I am on break now. I don't know what is the market trends happening in the industries, or the marketing trends, new technologies, what are the new things. There is a huge gap, is what they feel. That gap is being built by themselves. Otherwise there is no problem, right? bahar kuch problem nahi. Even companies are accepting those who have taken career breaks. There are a lot of programs as well in the companies for these women and whoever has taken career break to come back to the companies. They are wide openly they are accepting those set of the employees as well. But only thing, that thing has been built only in the mind of those set of people, only amongst themselves, right? That is where a mentor plays a vital role here. That is where they can help them to bring out they can come back, right? Come back to the front, and they can live their life. There are certain things, steps they need to follow, right? Look at, focus on the things what, like, people don't have clarity. In fact, forget about those who are on break. People whoever is in career, or what they want to do in life, they are not very clear. If you ask somebody, like, what is that you want to have in your life, they're not clear, specific, like, okay, this is what I want in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years. Okay, if I want to achieve it, what are the things I need to be doing, so that daily you take, by taking those steps, right, that is where you'll be able to achieve those things. So that has to be very clear. So that is required. And in terms of my audience, when we are talking about, it's about the time management, building those habits, handling those tasks effectively, balancing your mental, physical, emotions, spiritual, all of these includes there. So, but also, that's what I said, you have lot of skills, you have learned lot of things in life. Just because of that break period, it doesn't mean that all those things are gone, right? You just have to keep updating your skills during that break, because when you come back to the career, whatever you want to choose to be, like, whether you want to continue or not, it's every woman's choice. It's a matter of her choice, whether she wants to continue with her career, getting back to the organizations, the same company, some other, switching to some other jobs, or in any roles, or industry, changing the industry as well, for that matter. Or if she wants to have some freelancing job, have her own entrepreneur journey, right? Or working a part-time job, anything can be decided, because there are a lot of opportunities there in the market now. We have, globally also, a lot of things have changed, technology has changed, right? There are a lot of opportunities out there, which people are not aware. Most of the women I have interacted, that now not aware at all. There are a lot of opportunities out there, they need to understand. That is where, a mentor who has been there, achieved that place, and guiding them to be their earlier versions, to come to that level. So that is very much required, apart from getting to know from people who have not done, right? So those who have done, it's better to learn from them. Is that is what message I would like to give to the audience here. And also,
Okay.
never lose hope, never lose hope.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Great, Sujata. So now coming back to point, I was just going through the profile. You are on a mission, and what exactly the mission is all about, whatever you just was sharing, right? Means, so you are working on women career transition uplifter. So what is, how this idea came, and can you please just discuss or share something about this mission? Means, why you are doing so,
Yeah.
what exactly your main aim, what impact you would like to do in our society. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Upen. Like, thank you for asking that question. In fact, because that is where the turning point happened in my life, right? About the adding value and about my mission. Like I always, even when I was, before getting married, also when I was a career-oriented girl, right? So I wanted to be, have my own company. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? So, but I don't know, some or the other thing, regular life ka chakar mein na, those things was not able to focus that. Then being a girl, getting married, having, kids, वो सब चीजें हो गया. So that thing, started, you can say, fading from my thought itself, because there are other a lot of things gathered in my mind. So good point, turning point is that is when I became a mother, right? That is what I thought, like being a mother, I need to focus on my kids career as well, right? Their studies and how they are growing, that is very much required. That is what I told you, looking at us, they learn, right, lot of things, to be set an example for them to be a good human being about their studies, what are the things happening around, right? So all those things needs to be there for a woman. So when she's restarting with her career, it becomes difficult for her to take care of these things, focus at their kids as well, because they miss a lot of opportunities. I also missed a lot of opportunities, like when I used to came late in the office, right? The way the my work profile, I was like, it demanded a lot of timings there. I had to be there, being in that position, leadership position. But when I look at my son, when I come home, I'm not aware what are the things happen in his life, day to day life, right? Because I know a lot of things that happened with me when we started communicating, since when he was small. That is when I realized, yeah, a lot of things are happening on the other end as well. Yes, my end it is happening, I'm aware. On the other end, I'm not aware what is happening, right? That is when we started communicating. That is when I started realizing as well, similar set of challenges these women also having, right? They're not able to balance the things. That is where I am on this mission to help them to come back on tracks. Lot of women, they have given up on their careers, like this is the only thing I have in my life. No, you have to set that example. Yes, motherhood is a beautiful journey. Along with that, you have to take care of the kids as well as take care of your dreams and set that example for them, and society as a whole, right? You can support your family, you can help the countries, you can be example across wherever you're going, right? All the entire you can say, uh, the entirely everywhere it is involved, right? So that is where I'm into this mission, helping this woman to come back on the track and continue, live their life confidently, support their families, countries, and live their dreams, whatever they have, right? So that is where I'm on this mission, Upendra.
Okay, great, Sujata. So, can you just give us example, one or two example, like if some women are just seeking help from you related to some work, or which all are the area you can help them to go into the next level after the gap of maybe 1 year, 2 year of that. Any example for the clarity?
Yeah, for the clarity, we understand what is that they want at first stage,
Okay.
right? Self awareness, that is very much important. Getting
Okay.
to know what is that she wants to have in life, right? After that, accordingly, we guide them, like whatever they want, one, two, three, four. Like we help them on managing the time, goal settings, time management, the confidence part, branding, and if they want to start with their career, helping with their how they can scale up with one level to the next step, right? The entire career path. And if they want to upgrade their skills, right, if they need to upgrade, we advise there as well. And they upgrade, and whatever they want to, we help them to become that entrepreneur level, or if they want to have some freelancing sort of thing, or if they have like some people, if they have some technical knowledges, and if they want to learn something about the database, about whatever interest they have, girls from engineering background, IT, whatever they are specialized in, right? So accordingly, we check with them first, whatever they want to become, that is where we help them
Okay, great.
to
So, as
achieve
per
it.
their skill, whatever they're interested, there will be some mapping. Based on that, they will be just getting guidance, go into the next level after the break. Correct?
Yeah,
Or
like
as
here they are, they want to go here in between. What are the things needs to be done? That is where we help them.
okay, so those gaps will be filled up by you, your team, to go to
Absolutely.
A to B, and whatever the gap that will be filled up by your help or your expertise, whatever you guys have. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, while discussing, you have mentioned a couple of times mentor biz. Can you just summarize for our audience saying what exactly the importance of mentor in Sujata's life so far and what advice you'd like to give to the audience?
So I am repenting very badly that I came across this, from my mentor at this stage of my life. Why didn't I, get to know about this earlier stage of my life? Because I could have added value to a lot of people's life, right? If I knew about this thing, how important it is to have a mentor in our life, right? Like it is very important. That's what I told earlier. So mentor is somebody who has been in that place, right? Who has been in that, who is leading as an example, right? So he has gone through those phases, living, these stages of his or her life, the mentor. That is where they're teaching us also, right? They have seen the success, they know how things work, right? So that is how having a mentor is very much required, because to see, there are a lot of things to learn. If you go to, for example, in your case, okay, for example, the way you are helping these graduates, right? If any graduates, he or she is not aware what are the things, they don't have proper guidance, पता नहीं है क्या करना है, what they do is new generation YouTube में गए, ढूंढ लिया what are the new things happening, because there are lot of good and bad things, to summarize it, there are a lot of things, off track हो जाते हो, you don't get into the focus. First to understand what is that you want, लाइफ में आपको क्या चाहिए, करियर में आपको कहाँ जाना है, टारगेट क्या सेट कर रहे हो, कब तक अचीव करना क्या है, कौन सा इंडस्ट्री में जाना है आपको, राइट? कौन से लेवल पे जाना है, आपको स्विच करना है, कौन सा प्रोफाइल में, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर इन्वॉल्व, दे डोंट हैव दोज नॉलेजेस। इवन इफ दे एबल टू लर्न फ्रॉम टू यूट्यूब, रिसर्च करोगे, उस चीज को इम्प्लीमेंट, लर्निंग अलोन इज नॉट द थिंग, राइट? यू नीड टू इम्प्लीमेंट दोज थिंग्स एज वेल इन ए प्रॉपर वे, प्रॉपर चैनल के थ्रू, प्रॉपर वे में, गेटिंग इनटू द things whatever you want, that mentor can help them with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, I can just relate that. As you mentioned,
Additionally,
there are a lot of.
additionally, holding accountable for, ensuring that yes, this person wants to get into this, that is happening.
Yeah, that's really a genuine point. Also, I realized while speaking to graduates, there are hundreds of options they are finding, but which one is to choose? They are struggling not only for 1 month, 1 year, they are struggling for 2 years, 3 years where to start, and they fail to start. And
Absolutely.
here, if the person have already done it and just ready to help them, definitely their life will be not the same.
I
They will
can
be.
very well, I can very well relate it to Pendra. Sorry to interrupt, because I have seen that life. I have been in that life. I have struggled because of, didn't have proper guidance. So I can very well relate when you are, narrating about these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, moving to the next part, like we all know that book or self-help book, self-development book is impacting a lot in everybody's life, and right now we are focusing definitely on the graduates and up. So, what book or which one or two book you have gone through in your life and it impacted you and you'd like to suggest to our audience?
Yeah, like though I have come up in my life, right, in my career as a personality, as a person, a lot of things have changed. But I was not aware about this, reading the books about self-help books, unless and I got into this self-development industry. So that happened. A good thing happened. I think it's been almost 4.5 years. I've started, reading the books. That is what I told you. I am repenting, right? Why is so much late it took me to get into this self development industry? So I have read a lot of books, because book is about the author who has been there, who have done those things. So that is where they are sharing. When we are reading, we are spending those times with that author, right? So two books I can say is which helped me. I have kept it in my shelf itself. One is this, the 10x rule by
The next
Grant Cardone.
one.
Yes, you know how to work 10 times, right? Do everything 10 times to get the result. And this is one of them, High Performance Habits. This is by Brendan Burchard, right? These are the two books, very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the next rule, and yeah, whoever is
High
watching, if
Performance Habits.
you want, yeah, if you want 10x growth, definitely. So I don't know whether you remember any one or two incident or anything you can recall from the book, and it has impacted you. If you are in position to share, can you please share any one of the thing?
Like for example, for searching the jobs, right? In this case, when we are like, I am also into women's career, you are also helping the graduates in, building their dream career. Like in terms of having a job, right? So job के लिए, like if you want a proper kind of job, एक जगह दो जगह डालने से नहीं होता है. You need to do the efforts 10 times everywhere where you are giving, preparing yourself for the interview, learning how to crack the interviews, learning what are the things going happening in the industry, getting to know about the companies, right? Lot of things, networking. You need to do 10 times of it, right? For getting one job you need to do, 10 times actions, right? Every areas you need to multiply that into 10x.
That's really great example, and yes, that is really people will able to just implement and get the result, instant result kind of thing. That means otherwise could have waited for a week, maybe a month. Now maybe in a day or two they will able to implement those things and they will be getting the outcome. So thank you so much, Sujata, for your time and whatever the experience you shared so far, means in last around 35-40 minutes. So definitely it is going to impact the graduates and their career. And that's all, everyone, for today's session. And as I mentioned, this is not only you are suffering while doing graduation and hitting your first job. Okay, so it's story everyone, including our today's guest, including me. And if you are facing the same, don't worry, you all are on a right track. So that's it for today. We will be just coming with another guest in next few days. So thank you, Sujata, once more.
Thank you so much, Upendra, for having me here. Thank you so much. It was great conversating with you.